The Young and the Restless Spoilers recap, full the 19th of June, 2026 Fridays. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a beautiful day to dive deep into the absolute chaos that is Genoa City. Grab your coffee or whatever keeps you awake, because we have a lot to unpack from this wild episode. Let's get right into it. I am literally shaking as I type this late at night because I just finished watching the Thursday, June 18th episode, and my brain is completely fried. I mean, I have been watching this show for years. I have survived some of the most ridiculous, convoluted storylines this soap has ever thrown at us, but I am at my absolute breaking point tonight. I cannot believe what I just watched. I am so frustrated, so emotionally drained, and yet I cannot look away. Am I the only one who feels like the writers are just playing darts with a board of our favorite characters and deciding who to ruin next? Because that is exactly what this feels like. Let's start with the absolute monster in the room, Victor Newman. I am sorry, but Victor has officially crossed a line that I don't think he can ever walk back from. We all know Victor is ruthless. We all know he demands absolute loyalty and punishes anyone who dares to breathe in a way he doesn't approve of. But taking Nikki's company away from her and just handing it over to Lily Winters, are you kidding me? He literally snatched away something Nikki cared about, something she worked for, just to punish her for having a mind of her own and daring to tell him he isn't perfect. He actually stood there looking at the woman he has loved and married, like 4 or 5 times over the last 50 years, and basically laughed in her face. Hope you enjoy having no company to run, ha ha ha. I was screaming at my television. How can you treat your wife like that? I know they are separated right now and things are tense, but this is a whole new level of petty, vindictive cruelty, even for the great Victor Newman. And let's think about Lily for a second. Lily Winters is a powerhouse, yes. She runs Chancellor Winters. She is smart. She is capable. But Victor handing her Nikki's company isn't about Victor respecting Lily's business acumen. It is entirely about using Lily as a weapon to humiliate his wife. Does Lily even realize she is being used as a pawn in Victor's twisted marital games? Or does she just see dollar signs and corporate expansion? I love Lily, but I need her to wake up and realize that making a deal with Victor Newman is like making a deal with the devil. He will turn on her the second she stops being useful to his narrative. I just know this is going to cause a massive ripple effect. What happens when Nikki decides to fight back? Because Nikki is not going to just roll over and play dead. She is a fighter. She survived cults. She survived alcoholism. She survived Diane Jenkins. She will survive this. But the collateral damage is going to be insane. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's back up a second, because while Nikki is probably somewhere crying tears of regret and frustration over crossing the mustache, Victor isn't even dwelling on his marriage. No, he's too busy focusing on what is truly important to him right now, Matt Clark. Yes, you read that right. Matt freaking Clark, the man who has terrorized this family, the man who has caused unspeakable trauma to Nick, to Sharon, to Noah. Victor has basically adopted this psychopath as his new right-hand man, his golden boy successor to carry out his dirty work. I am losing my mind. How does Victor justify this? He is putting his trust in a known villain who is supposedly suffering from amnesia while completely alienating his own flesh and blood. I mean, remember when Victor tried to control Adam by bringing in dangerous outsiders? Yeah, didn't work then either. It always backfires. And yet here we are, watching Victor give Matt further instructions like they are best buddies plotting a corporate takeover. It is sickening. Let's really dig into the Matt Clark situation because I feel like people are forgetting just how dangerous this man is. Matt Clark is a predator. He is a manipulator. He literally assaulted Sharon years ago. He has stalked this family. He has tried to ruin Nick's life over and over again. And now, because he conveniently has amnesia, Victor is just letting him roam free on the Newman Ranch, the very place where Sharon has to exist and feel safe. It makes my blood boil. I don't care if Victor thinks he can control Matt. You cannot control a rabid dog. Victor thinks he is the puppet master, but Matt is playing him. I know Matt is playing him. Nobody just forgets being a psychotic villain. Matt is biding his time, gathering intel, and the second Victor turns his back, Matt is going to strike. And who is going to pay the price? Nick, Sharon, the people who have already suffered enough. I am so angry at Victor for putting his family in danger just to satisfy his own ego. Speaking of health and safety, can we talk about Victoria for a minute? Because Victoria is currently the only person in the Newman family who is actually making any sense. She is still Daddy's little girl. She still thinks Victor is right about almost everything, but she loves her mother. And Victoria is panicking about Nikki's severe headaches. And honestly, so am I. Victoria is practically begging Nikki to go see a doctor and get medical attention. But, of course, Nikki is being incredibly stubborn. She is brushing it off, saying it is just stress. And like, okay, I get it. She has been married to Victor Newman for 5 decades. I would have a permanent migraine too. Victor-induced stress is a very real medical condition in Genoa City. But we all know how soaps work. It is never just stress. I am terrified that her MS is flaring up, or worse, that they are giving Nikki a brain tumor or some other horrible disease. I know some people are loving this drama, but personally, I cannot handle seeing Nikki suffer physically while Victor is busy emotionally destroying her. Victoria needs to drag her mother to the hospital, kicking and screaming if she has to. Okay, back to the point. Let's pivot to the other massive train wreck of this episode, Phyllis Summers and Kane Ashby. I need to take a deep breath before I even start typing about this because my blood pressure is through the roof. I love Phyllis. I have always loved Phyllis. She is fiery, she is passionate, she is a survivor, but right now, I cannot stand her. I am so sorry, but she is being completely insufferable. Let's review the absolute absurdity of this AI storyline. Phyllis steals Kane's magical AI program. She uses it to steal Kane's company and Victor's company. Victor, being Victor, obviously outsmarts her, takes his own company back, but somehow, in the messy aftermath, he hands Kane's old company over to Phyllis, and what does Phyllis do? Does she count her blessings that she isn't rotting in a prison cell right now? Does she lay low and try to rebuild her life? No. She goes right up to Kane and gloats. She literally flaunts her new business in his face, bragging about how she is the smartest person in the room. Look who the best thief is, she basically tells him. And can we just pause and talk about this AI program for a second? Since when did The Young and the Restless turn into a sci-fi movie? An AI program that can just magically steal companies? I mean, I know we have to suspend our disbelief for soaps, but this is pushing it. And Phyllis using it like she is some kind of master hacker? Please. She is a hotel owner and a schemer, not a Silicon Valley tech genius. But she is parading around Genoa City like she invented the internet. And Kane, Oh, Kane. Poor, pathetic Kane. He literally got blackmailed, lost his company, and now he just has to stand there and listen to Phyllis gloat. I mean, seriously? Have you ever seen someone so desperate to prove they are a genius? She got played by Victor. She lost the main prize. But she just has to rub it in Kane's face that she ended up with his leftovers. And Kane just stands there taking it. I know Kane is no saint. He has his own messy history of blackmailing Lily and lying about who he is. But watching Phyllis mock him just feels so gross. Why does this show make it impossible to root for anyone in this storyline? I am trying so hard to find a hero here, or at least a fun villain to cheer for, but they are all just acting so petty and unlikable. I want to root for Phyllis, I really do, but she makes it so hard when she acts like a smug teenager who just stole someone's lunch money. Part of me wants to feel bad for Kane, but then I remember how he has been treating Lily lately, using his bone marrow match for Malcolm to extort her, and I think, you know what? Maybe Kane deserves to be verbally abused by Phyllis. Maybe they deserve each other. And the worst part is, I know exactly what is going to happen. Phyllis is going to get too arrogant. She is going to think she is untouchable with this new company, and someone, probably Victor, or maybe even Kane, if he finally grows a spine, is going to pull the rug out from under her. And I am dreading it, because as much as I am annoyed with her right now, I hate seeing her completely destroyed. But she is practically begging for karma to come knocking at her door. I just don't understand the writer's endgame here. You have Victor destroying his marriage to prop up a literal criminal in Matt Clark. You have Nikki potentially facing a massive health crisis while her husband laughs at her. You have Victoria caught in the middle, desperately trying to keep her mother alive. And you have Phyllis and Kane fighting over corporate scraps like children in a sandbox. It is exhausting. I am exhausted. But you know what? I am going to keep watching because I am emotionally invested, because I have been watching since 2015, and this is both the worst and the most addictive thing they have done in years. I need to know if Nikki is going to be okay. I need to know if Victor's ridiculous plan with Matt is going to blow up in his smug face. And I need to know if Phyllis is ever going to learn a lesson. Probably not. But a fan can dream, right? What do you guys think? Am I totally off base here? Am I being too hard on Phyllis? Let me know, because I feel like I am taking crazy pills watching these people destroy their own lives. I am going to go try to sleep, but I will probably just lie awake thinking about how much I hate Victor Newman right now.